you scratch UK Garage 140s and breaks? Now, this was a question that I asked myself in January 2024, and it came after a long stint of DJing a lot of popular dance music like that. So it was quite a good time for this project because it allowed me for a change. Now, what I set out to do was to learn to scratch and then implement that into my DJ sets as like an improvisational instrument. So adding onto the 140s and the UK Garage. Now, having never touched a vinyl before, this was very daunting, but I feel like now, where I am, I've definitely got the hang of it. So I started by buying a Scratch Lords looper. I'd seen this a lot on the internet, because before the project I'd been interested in vinyl, but I'd only ever watched videos, I'd never played with it myself. So I bought this Scratch Lords looper, and it was 133 BPM, which is perfect for the genres that I wanted to mix, and it had the option of a 100 in case I wanted anything faster or slower. Now, very fortunately, we have new Technique 1200s, like some of the best turntables that you can buy. So that was very nice, and nice to learn on a proper piece of equipment as well. But the mistake I made was I forgot to buy slip mats, and so this did delay me by about 2 weeks in the start of my project. So if going back, I'd definitely get all my materials together first. Now, this 2 week stint was not wasted time by any means, because it actually gave me the opportunity to learn both the skills and the history behind the skills of what I was going to implement into my sets. So it allowed me time to prepare the sets in my head and, learn some more contextual facts about who created what, where they're used now. So using YouTubers such as DJ Shortcut, who makes a really good series on like simplifying scratching, and anyone who's learned to scratch knows DJ Angelo. He has a YouTube series breaking down turntablism to every minute detail, and he's really good, provides all the history. And so once the slip mats did arrive, I then got to work with this knowledge that I now had. So using the universal scratching sounds fresh and R, used in every set ever. They're very well known, and they're all from a song by Fab Five Freddy, Change the Beat. Now, the first scratch I learned was the baby scratch, invented by Grand Wizard Theodore, and it was the foundation to basically all other forms of scratching. So learning this was my biggest step up, going from nothing to something, learning how to use the crossfader, the channel faders, and the actual turntable itself. Now, moving on from this, I learned some other simple techniques like drops, cuts, transform scratches, and stabs. And then moving on to some more complex ones like 1 and 2 cut orbits and chirps. Now, as fun as this project was, and as happy with it as I am that it's gone, there were definitely some problems that I faced along the way and I still face now. And one of these massively is needle skating. So skipping in vinyl is quite a large issue, as the needles are very thin and vinyl scratching takes a lot of movement. And so what a lot of the process of learning was to learn to be dexterous, because although yes, the table is on wheels and a little bit wobbly, it was very largely down to kind of the agility of my hand and the pressure that I'm putting down on the plate when I'm scratching. And so learning on a bad table kind of gave me good habits, but it is still definitely something that I'm struggling with now. So other ways that I've helped this is turning the weight around on the back of the arm, which allows it to go a little bit further forwards towards the fulcrum and pushes the needle down into the grooves just a little bit more. I also put a coin on the top, or like blue tacked a coin on the top of the needle, but that was a hard pass from everywhere that I looked on the internet, as it ruins your vinyls, and it's something that I will never do again because vinyls are expensive. So one thing that I found definitely helped during this process was connecting the H90 effects module to the mixer through the two sends. Now, what these two sends allowed me to do was add two effects to any of the channels. So adding to the vinyl reverb and a little bit of delay just smoothed out the transitions and the scratches that I used, making it more subtle within the rest of the mix. So overall, I am very happy with how this project went. I've gone from having never touched a vinyl before to being comfortable scratching, learning the skills that I've mentioned previously, and being able to apply that into a set with the other music that I love. So that I feel has gone very well, and from here I have still a long way to go into where I want to be. So there's more skills to learn, things like crabbing, more variations of orbits, and also bringing it to a live setting, because being here in the studio is all well and good, but I want to take this out of the studio and I want to take it somewhere that I could actually use it as an improvisational instrument. Now, obviously I have had problems, so going back and starting again, I would definitely gather my materials a little bit earlier, so I have the most amount of time to practice. I would also practice with the backing music more, because the backing music didn't come in for quite a long time, and so it was very focused on the scratching and the techniques, but putting it to music was threw me off. It was quite a big change for me. But overall, I'm very happy.